the last lap. This is the last lap.
I think I have tire damage.
Okay, just select first gear, try and select first gear.
I was muted the whole time. No one told me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful Trackalicious event. This time I'm not muted, and we are here for a wonderful event. This is the Pro to Pavement series. Thank you very much, Lexi. Thank you very much, Adam Strange. Thank you very much to all the viewers that are being here, and thank you very much to all the drivers that are going to put on a wonderful show for us this very evening. All of the drivers have an opportunity to win $500 in cash prizes to get themselves down to a track day where they get to drive a track prepped car. I don't know about you, but I wish I was involved in this championship. Not that I'd be any good at it, but I would love to have an opportunity to race a track-ready car down at any track in the United States of America, let alone one of the best circuits that Eric the Boss Gakassian has let on. The prize is super cool, says Lexi. Thank you very much all for being here. Without any further delay, let's get down to the calendar and see what the drivers are all up to this season. First, let's take a look at all the Patreon producers. Thank you very much to all the Patreon subscribers. Really appreciate all the love and support that they give. What's going on, Sword and Keyboard? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being here, AV Scott. But especially good thanks to all the Patreon producers, the V12 Exotic, Carson Cass, all the way down to Mariko Yashdashani, and the V8 Muscle Cars from Pranav Kalavala down to Justin Beachley. Thank you very much for all the love and support that you guys give to keep the lights on Trackalicious every single day of the week. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. And let's take a look at the calendar. The GT4 rookies will be starting sooner rather than later. That'll be tomorrow at Barcelona. Pretty amazing stuff. Sword and Keyboard says, interesting, didn't know you guys were doing Le Mans. We are doing Le Mans Ultimate stuff as well. Hopefully the description has changed over. I knew I changed it over. Oh, excuse me. No, I didn't change the, thank you very much for letting me know. I will change it up tonight. Thank you so much for letting me know. I apologize. The subject line needs to be changed. But beyond that, we're doing ACC tonight because GT4 Open, this is the Pro to Pave qualification that we're doing right now at Suzuka. The GT3 Championship on iRacing is on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. The West Coast Wednesday Championship is going to be starting up this week at Suzuka as well. Mr. A Fox Pro wants to see qualification going. Well, without any further delay, let's get right into the qualification and see how the drivers are faring. They're just getting their outlaps going, so not too much excitement going on right now, but Thiago Dinarte resting his head in second place right now, it looks like. Then we have Jeed Hutchinson in P1 with a 158.1. Chandler Williams in P3 in the 17. Eduardo Galbaniski, Mark Anthony Landry finds himself in P3. Chandler Williams, Eduardo Galbinski with a 159. And then 2 minutes for the rest of the field and plus down from P6 up into P13 right now. Hopefully that provides enough action for you, Mr. Fox. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the support. You must be a friend of Harold McDonald from FNM, if I remember correctly. Let me know in chat who you're cheering for, and we'll keep an eye on those drivers as much as humanly possible because we love to appease the crowd. Huge gaps right now to be found, but all the drivers are still getting their outlaps underway, and a lot of them finding lap traffic right now, such as Jaid Hutchinson finding some traffic out in front of themselves right now. It looks like that lap traffic getting out of the way of the number 26 Nissan GTR fairly quickly right now, as Jaid Hutchinson with a 158.1 this time around is improving by around 0.3. We expect to see a 157 come out of Jaid, and there it is, a 157.837 at the line. He's got about a second gap to Thiago Dinarte in P2. Then Mark Anthony Landry, Chandler Williams, Michael Formato, Eduardo Galbinski, Jake Wells from Jake Wells Racing, all into the 159s. 159s from Ken Portes the second to Jonathan Clifford as well in the number 99. Driving the Ferrari Cavalieri Rampanti, as Mike Nause would call it. No Michael Moaning. We are checking. We are checking. I do not see a Michael Moaning in the server right now. I apologize. I'll keep an eye out for that name. I'll keep my eyes peeled, but I do not see that name. And just pulling up some more information about some of the drivers, if at all possible, and not seeing that name on a list anywhere. So perhaps not entered in this championship, or may have pulled out of this race themselves. Where did Jacob Stoffgo go? I'm not seeing Stoffgo on my name list either. I could be wrong. I'm not seeing Stoffgo on here. Thiago Dinarte, again, 157.677. This time around, lapping even faster than they were before. If you didn't think that was possible like I did, and now I don't see him any longer. Russ Money McMillan says he was here, but not any longer. I don't see him on the list, unfortunately. Renato Dornelles with a 158.7. That'll be their last lap, best lap, separated by 1 second to the good. Thiago Dinarte with a 158.7, almost identical lap times between P2 and P3. P4 also with a 158.7. Holy Toledo, nearly 3 identical lap times in a row from P2 to P4. What's going on, Logan Sargent's fan? Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate the support, my friend. Jeff Spangler in P5 with a 158.9. Jonathan Clifford with a 158.9. 158.9 as well for Jake Wells. Just hairline fractures separating P5 through P7 right now. Jaid Hutchinson with a yellow flag. A bit of an issue coming through what looks like Sector 2 right now, and unfortunately unable to get a good one this lap. Ronaldo Denorles is doing pretty well. 0.2 improvement on their own lap time. That's seemingly pretty good. Wilson Fernandez out there to improve by half a second themselves as well for the Vacuum Racing. Let's see if he holds on to that consistency when he gets to the line. Wilson Fernandez 0.5 up on his personal time, and he goes into provisionally second place in the 888. Fernandez pulls out a stonking lap time, a 158.697, and pulls off right now. Pedal Awards number 2 fan are doing pretty well. How about yourself, my good friend? Taking a look at everybody else up and down the grid right now. 34 drivers taking to this amazing grid right now. It is going to be a barnstormer of a race. We've got drivers from Mark Anthony Landry all the way down to Matt, our team, Ali Raza in the mix as well. Casey Schutte, Harold McDonald, Rogerio Santos, Hunter Davis. Oh my goodness, we've got everybody. Jacob Stofko is here. Now the MA70 esports car has shown up. He's down in 32nd place with 9 minutes remaining left to go in this qualifying session. He is not on a valid lap right now. His last lap was a 2:20.2, so that must have been his out lap. He's 7.1 off the good from his own personal lap time, but we know ACC TV can be a little bit dicey sometimes, so we'll have to keep an eye on that to see if he's gonna come through. Sonic 3 was amazing. Could have used a little bit of what now? And Adam Strange redeeming a hydrate. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, my friend. Grab my hydration bottle. My very normal sized water bottle. Oh, Pato cameo. Words are hard right now, unfortunately for myself. Keeping an eye on the front, Jaid Hutchinson still in P1 with that 157.677 over Renato Dornelles in P2 with a 158.4. Dornelles pulling out a yellow flag. Into the pit lane he goes. 158.435 will be his fastest and his last lap as he crossed the line there. Here's Jaid Hutchinson in the KCMG, number 26. Not improving on their lap time right now, but you know who is Andre Alex Alfonso. Just kidding, Andre Alex Alfonso is in the pit lane right now. Best lap time being a 2:06.27 right now. Keeping an eye on Jacob Stofko. They are improving right now, 1.8 up on their previous best, 1.92 seconds. They keep on improving their lap time after time, just like the song told us. The number 34 is doing a pretty stonking job right now to keep this one together. Where does Jacob Stofko find himself up on the leaderboard? A 159.252. Won't even nest him into the top 10, but he's still got 6.5 minutes left to go in this qualifying session, folks. More drivers out there improving. Hunter Davis, for example, 2/10 up on their previous best. Hunter Davis finds themselves leapfrogging into P21 for the Formula GT team. And look at how crowded that track map has become. The driver is just becoming stacked on top of each other. Some finding their groove and their resiliency to find that track space that they need to drive without looking in their rear view mirror, such as Mark Anthony Landry and the Tresser Orange 1 team, the 711, doing a pretty good job of driving this one forward. Up 2/10 about on their personal best right now. A 158.7 is their best lap time right now, and I feel like they can find a little bit more driving this Audi around. Harold McDonald out there to improve by 2/10 as well. Mark Anthony Landry has invalidated his lap time. Let's take a look at Thiago Dinarte. Please break T1 team, the number 23. To be honest with you, it looks like there's going to be a massive battle for a lot of positions on this standings right now. P2 and 3 up for grabs right now. All the drivers trying to find their positions in this grid. Jaid Hutchinson, though, holding on just about 7/10 in the lead right now. Qualifying pace is always one thing. Lap pace in a race is completely different. Vidya Kostitsiev, hello, my friend. Welcome back to the grid. Love to see you out there. Everyone's a little rusty, myself included. Being a commentator, I find a little bit of rust that I need to shake off every now and then, so I completely understand where the sentiment is coming from. Eric Akasian causing a yellow flag, the number 5, it looks like, slowing down somewhere on track, and he's stuck down in 29th. Quinn Smith in the 999 finding his way past the number 7 Fear Nothing Moto car. I believe that would be Harold McDonald. No, that's Anthony Kelly, the FNM car, off at Spoon. I think anything is better than Wicked. Adam Strange, I am not a musical fan. So anything musically related I am not into. I apologize. So Sonic 3 is definitely going to take the win for me. That's for sure. 2 flawless movies. Who said that? Logan Sargent's fan, get out of here with that. I don't agree. I don't agree. I haven't even seen Wicked. I've just heard of Wicked, and I know that I don't like it. That's how bad I think musicals are. Don't put me in a room with the Sound of Musical playing. I'm going to be very upset with you guys. Thiago Denarte improving by 1/10. Quinn Smith not improving this time around. 159.2 that previous lap around. Has to go of a little bit further. I just heard of Liam Lawson and I hate it. You gotta feel for Liam Lawson. The man had a DTM drive just go south on him by a certain South African driver that decided to punt him. And unfortunately, that South African driver got another drive, which I don't think is very gentlemanly-like. But some people obviously disagree with my point of view, so my heart goes out to Liam Lawson. 2 minutes left in this qualifying session, folks. We've got a little bit of time for drivers to make their way to challenge Jaid Hutchinson out in P1 right now. Ronaldo Dornelles in P2, Wilson Fernandez in P3, Thiago Denarte in 4th, and there's your front 2 rows of the grid. 158s all the way from P2 down to P9 right now shows you how close the grid is going to be between the front runners. 159s all the way from P10 down to P19. Holy Toledo. Stefan Lindauer says, funny to see 2 versions of my livery, one official, one unofficial. I hope that's an okay thing. And Ollie Raza not getting his livery punched in time for me to download it, unfortunately. I did download all the liveries right before this stream, and hopefully that'll be enough. Sometimes I hate Discord notifications, like, why? I'm busy, I'm doing a broadcast. Jeff Spangler with a Madhouse Racing livery. Let's check this one out, though. This looks pretty phenomenal. Can we do an F7? Control F7? Helps if I turn auto camera off. Madhouse Racing triple stint. A Stefaz design Trackalicious Prime logo. SR8 banner on the hood. Looking pretty good, Mr. Spangler. Looking pretty good. Semi-cube on the side. I love the camo. Pro category for him. Jeff Spangler finds himself going into P3 with a 158.660 right at the line. Casey Schutte will cross the line in 20th position with the 444. Gil Silverland in 14th place with the number 400. Look at this amazing lineup of cars that we have going for us, folks. This is going to be one humdinger, one banger, one fantastic fiesta, whatever you'd want to call it. And I am looking forward to it. That's for sure, everybody. If you're a fan of racing, you better be here in the Trackalicious booth, folks. Rally Dutchy, what's going on, Mr. Dutchy? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the love and support. And don't forget, we are going to do a rundown of the cars once the session ticks over and the drivers get all gridded up. You met Rally Dutchy in real life? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. Just kidding. We love Rally Dutchy. F&M Tyler, cheers for the FNM team in chat. Looks like we're on for a full formation lap. I love you, Rally Dutchy. I was kidding. Let's get on to our livery rundown. Jaid Hutchinson in the number 26 KCMG car holds on to P1 right now. He's running a 157.6 Renato Dolores with a half second off the pace in the number 3. The Madhouse Racing Jeff Spangler in the number 9. Wilson Fernandez, the 888, 1 second off the good in 4th position. Mark Anthony Landry, the 711, 1.030 off the good. Thiago Denarte, the number 23. Quinn Smith, the 999. Representing DRL SRA, Michael Formato, the number 11 Canadian Fear Nothing Moto car. Jonathan Clifford, the number 99, representing the USA in the Ferrari. Jake Wells from Jake Wells Racing in the McLaren, the 527 from the USA. Chandler Williams, also from the USA, in number 17. Jacob Stofko, in 12th spot, the number 34 in the Canadian flag. Eduardo Galbinski, the number 233 Brazilian, in 13th. Gil Silverland, also a fellow countryman, in the number 400. Lud Flores, the number 19 from Argentina, in the Lamborghini Lonely. Here is Kenneth Portis driving the Honda NSX, number 84 in 16th. Ali Raza, the Aston Martin, number 30 in Canadian colors. Nick Mosili, the number 16 in 18th place. Alex Hansen, the number 390, the Mr. Doodle car, representing Ukraine, excuse me. Timothy Jedubal, the FNM car, is driving the FNM 531. Casey Schutte, the number 444, rocking the coffee black and white car. And Matt Arteem, the number 414 in the Audi, number 22. Hunter Davis, the number 70 track racer. Anthony Kelly from FNM driving the other FNM car, the number 7. Harold McDonald from FNM also driving a McLaren. And then it's the 666 of Andre Alex Alonso in the 666 in 26th spot. Lustin Eiston, the number 121 in the Huracan. Rogerio Santos in the Ferrari, the 177. Drew Borowkowski, the number 68 in a Lamborghini, in the number 68. Eric the Boss Gakassian driving an Aston Martin, the Trackalicious car, in the number 5. Alex Freeman, the number 14 in 31st place. Andre Lloyd, the 937, starting from the pit lane, must not have hit drive in time. Professor Kenotis, the number 42. It looks like he is driving the other Honda NSS, Honda Logs in Garden, the Fuchs Competition Esports team of Vadyek Ostitsiev, in the number 63. Holy Toledos are out, folks. We've got a full grid of drivers taking charge of this one. And I am looking forward to it, that's for sure. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful evening, afternoon, or morning wherever they are in the world for this amazing Trackalicious event. I want to say first and foremost, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for all the love and support that you're extending to the Trackalicious community. We are trying to keep the lights on and have a donation drive going. If you'd like to donate, please click the link at the bottom of the screen. Lewis Cron is following. Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated there. Honda NSX all the way, baby. Chiron Unk. I don't know about that. What did I see? Spady Bud doing what now? Spady Bud's not even on the grid. Not that I see. We are getting ready to get the drivers all formed up 2 by 2 as we approach 130R and the Casio Triangle. As we get to the final curve and get this epic race underway, folks. 80 minutes of action coming at you live from the Trackalicious studio. Corners, 8 to the left, 10 to the right from Suzuka, Japan. Founded in 1962, unchanged since 1983. We're about to go 2 by 2 for the final time, hopefully, as we get to the Casio Triangle. 3.6 miles around this track. Let's see if Jaid Hutchinson will hold on at P1 when we get to turn 1, or if Dornellis will challenge him getting to the apex of that corner. Pumping of the brakes to get the turbo spooled up is Jaid. And we're about to go green, green, green. Away we go. And Jaid Hutchinson is under threat by the McLaren around the outside, but Hutchinson covers that off very well, it looks like. And now we're going side by side. 2 by 2 has continued through the first corner, and it looks like 3 wide for some of the drivers coming around the bend. A little side by side door bang between Michael Fermato and another driver who is tumbling down the order, and a bit of a hectic rejoin for, I'm not sure which driver that was, the number 99. That'll be Kenneth Portis II, who was able to recover. No, it was not Kenneth Portis. Kenneth Portis did all right. The number 99 is Jonathan Clifford, excuse me. Kenneth Portis is driving that Honda NSX in the 84, out in 16th place right now. Thiago Denarte getting by Mark Anthony Landry there, coming through what looks like the anti-banked curve, and Dunlop now, the 937, rejoins the track behind this pack of cars and has not served their mandatory just yet. They've just started from the pit lane, the 937 being Andre Lloyd, starting from the back of the pack. Epic gaps right now between a lot of the drivers, such as Jacob Stofko battling it out right now with Ali Raza. Ali Raza able to get the advance done on Jacob Stofko. A little bit of side-by-side door banging between the drivers, but no love lost between them. It looks like the number 30 is driving off in the MA70 Esports car, is doing all right. 4/10 off the good. Kenneth Portis II is in 3/10 away and 7/10 away from Ali Raza. Official Karu's on the podium. Thank you very much for being here, my brother. Thank you very much for the love and support. Thiago Dinarte. Oh, we've got Madness, Wilson Fernandez, and Jeff Spangler. Looks like they have come to a bitter end of their battle coming in towards turn one. Let's see if we can get an incident replay of what happened there. Looks like it's all okay coming through 130R, and then a cheeky look coming into the Casio triangle, bumps the car behind, and a concertina effect forces the drivers to collect each other, and that'll be massively unfortunate for the drivers to have to deal with. Starting off with that much damage this early on in the race has got to be painful, especially a lap one final corner incident, that's for sure. Lud Flores chasing down Jeff Spangler now, 3/10 off the good. A lot of gaps. Ronaldo Dornelis, 6/10 away from Jaid Hutchinson, trying to maintain that gap. Quinn Smith chasing down Mark Anthony Landry, 2/10 away from that gap. Chandler Williams 3/10 away from Jake Wells right now, the 527. Let's check out Jacob Stofko and their recovery drive battle. Into 16th place right now, chasing down Ali Raza. On board with Stofko right now. All things looking neat and tidy between the two drivers right now. Stofko chasing down Ali Raza as we come through 130R. Jeff Spangler and Lud Flores battling it out side by side coming in towards T1 right now. I think this might be a late breaking move for Jeff Spangler from the Madhouse Racing Team, trying to get around the number 19, but he can't quite do it. Coming in towards turn one, Quinn Smith chasing down Mark Anthony Landry. Doing a good job of keeping in touch. The battle for P3 and P4 rages on, but more importantly, the battle for P1 in this championship rages on. 4/10 of the gap between Renato Dornelis and Jaid Hutchinson out in P1 right now. Fastest lap coming out for Dornelis right now, valid, is a 159.2. But can they keep up this pace necessarily? I'm not quite sure. Checking out with Jake Wells right now and Michael Formato out in front. Excellent pack racing right now, mostly clean between all the drivers. I haven't seen too many accidents pop up on my leaderboard, and there goes an accident for the 177 and the 42, unfortunately. That'll be Rogerio Santos and Professor Cronotis. Let's see if we can get a replay of what happened there. 177 in the lead of the 42 of Professor Cronotis. Coming into the hairpin turn right now, and the 42 just collects concertina effect. The 177 and the 42 gets bumped in the rumpus there and then gets sent down the way he goes. Back looking at Jake Wells in the 527 as he chases down Michael Formato. Chandler Williams 3/10 away from making a move onto Jake Wells coming into turn 1 right now. And I just realized there's a Bentley on this grid. That'll be Michael Formato in that lonely Bentley. Number 11 car. And there goes Jake Wells trying to go up the inside through the snake. Inside, outside line. Can't find a way by. Gives the Bentley a bump in the rump. Sends him round. Oh no. Vinny Bag of Chips, what's going on? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the love and support. As Formato tumbles down the order in 11th place right now. In the number 11, excuse me, down to 19th place, excuse me. Eduardo Galbinski, the number 233, is the driver chasing down Thiago Denarte, who's chasing down Chandler Williams, who's chasing down Jake Wells. Logan Sargent's fan says puppies should get their own sim racing series. I'm not so sure about that. Do puppies have thumbs? My puppy could drive, maybe, if I trained her well enough. Maybe not drive. She'd probably crash with style. I wonder if she can even see my monitor. Oh, it looks like the Mustang is off. Who is that in the number 17? That'll be Chandler Williams, who's tumbling down the order. Gets it wrong at the Casio Triangle, unfortunately. That'll drop him down into 8th place. Jake Wells, Thiago Denarte, and Eduardo Galbinski all get promoted there. Man, oh man, I was trying to keep notes on this race, but there's been so much action going on right now, I can barely keep up with what's going on, such as this. Renato Dornelles chasing down Jade Hutchinson. 3/10 is the gap right now between P1 and P2. You've seen that gap slinky back and forth a little bit. But this is the battle for the lead of the race in this championship right now. And hopefully it won't end in tears. Both drivers driving on the limit right now. Purple lap still coming out for Dornelles. The 159 flat for him compared to a 159.1 from Jade Hutchinson. Send it, says Vinny Bag of Chips. I'm not sure that's the way to make this one work. The NSX, or excuse me, not the NSX, the GTR, using all the track room that it's bought and paid for. Renato Dornelles slowing down, pulling off the side of the road. What is going on here? And that'll be the end of the battle between P1 and P2. Have no idea what happened there. If anybody knows what happened to Renato Dornelles, please let me know. It seemed like a cat may have jumped into his lap or something, and he had to stop driving for a moment. That's the only logical explanation I can come up with. If you've got better ideas, let me know in chat. And 7.7 is the gap now between P1 and P2 and gaining time. Jacob Stofko, 3/10 away from Kenneth Portis II. In the Honda NSX car. Honda NSX 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 engine. compared to the Ferrari 296 2.9 liter V6 twin turbo, pushing around 550 horsepower with exceptional acceleration, agile handling, and good tire management. There is a mandatory pit stop here at this race. I'm curious to see what the drivers will come up with as far as a strategy. Tires or no tires. Let me know in chat what you think the strategy might be. If some of them might take a pit stop with tires, or some drivers might be tricky enough to go without it. This is a very hard track to pass on, that's for sure. Fanto Mocho Killer says, gotta take tires. Only logical thing to do in his eyes. Oh, there's a passing opportunity in the background. Who is that? That'll be Eduardo Galbinski and Chandler Williams. Chandler Williams, who tumbled down the order with a big mistake coming into the Casio triangle, now battling it out with the 233, going side by side through the snake. The 233 holding on to the outside line, but we all know the outside turns into the inside line for the following corners. They're nose to tail right now. You couldn't slip a credit card between those two bumpers, and it looks like the 233 holds onto the position. Galbinski in front of Chandler Williams. Vinny Bag of Chips, I gotta say, I love your emoji pack that you have. Quite phenomenal. I might have to sub to your channel just to grab me some of those. Renato Dornelles chasing down Mark Anthony Landry now. 4/10 away is the gap. Lud Flores 3/10 away from Chandler Williams, as Chandler Williams slipped away from Galbinski now. 2.6 is the gap, and 3/10 away is Lud Flores from that Chandler Williams battle. Thiago Dinarte. Oh, there goes Dornelles up the inside of the Casio triangle, able to get the move done and dusted. He is through the Casio triangle with no cat on his lap this time. He makes the move happen. Checking out Thiago Dinarte, the Please Brake T1 car. Chasing down Jake Wells, 3/10 off the good from Jake Wells. The lap times are going Thiago Dinarte's way. 159.9 compared to Jake Wells' 2-minute flat. Doing a good job of keeping this one neat and tidy between themselves. Vinny Bag of Chips reminded me, exclamation point Discord in chat if you're interested in joining our Discord. Exclamation point SimGrid will pull up all of the SimGrid championships, and it looks like someone, that might be Thiago Dinarte, having a little bit of a slip and slide, and there goes Jake Wells, and he is disconnected from this one. Oh, has he disconnected, or has he just made a egregious error and wall rides his way around the circuit into the old hairpin and rejoins the track? God and Jake Wells only know. 10th is the second, chased down by Jacob Stofko. Squatchmonger said, this sounded fun, but when I saw the rules to qualify, I knew there was no way I was making it. Yeah, 103% of the fastest time. The one Black Death is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Tracklicious family. Well, I thought the same thing. I was trying to show up Professor Chronotis with my lap times around Silverstone, and only managed to pull out some 201s being my best, but then again, I'm just a washed up commentator who used to be a race car driver, so what do I know? Oh, well, look at this scramble right now. This is Jake Wells getting scrambled up right now. He's dipping down into the pit lane. Hunter Davis, Timothy Jadabal, and Matt Artem out in the lead. Let's check out Hunter Davis's point of view as he chases down the Fear Nothing motor car. Timothy Jabudal finding a way around him, going in towards T1 pretty easily there. The track racer car, Formula GT team, doing pretty well to find his way by the Matt Artem 414 in the Audi, doing okay and driving away from the chaos behind. Jacob Stofko, the MA70 Esports, finding his way forward. Jacob Stofko is down one position overall from where he started in 12th place right now. Working his way forward, tucked in behind Kenneth Portis II. 4/10 away from making a move, a opportunity, as he assaults the curb, coming through Degner 2. He's glued to that rear bumper of the Honda NSX. Doing a good job of keeping this one calm, cool, and collected. Jeff Spangler chasing down Lud Flores. Fastest lap of the race right now is a 1:59.087. And welcome the One Black Death. This is the Pro to Pavement Championship right now, where any driver has the opportunity to win $500 cash money and the opportunity to go drive a real race car. Phantom Muncho Killer says, I race with Stofko in another league. I'm an 85 NSX. You also announced there. Oh, you must be talking about DRL. I do commentate for there. Unfortunately, they don't pay me enough to put me on camera or wear a tie. Just kidding. Just more comfortable without wearing the tie. Just came in from another broadcast, so I thought I'd look the part. Well, thank you very much, Phantom Mucho Killer, for being a member of the DRL community and then coming over here to support the Trackalicious family. Hopefully you participated in the multi-class endurance event that was put on by Trackalicious SRA Northern Sim Racing Alliance. I was almost going to say NWA, but no, not them. How many leagues do I announce for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 leagues that I commentate for, and I'm a producer for a small channel called, well, I won't announce it, but I'm a producer for another channel. So 6 total. I love what I do. I love to get to watch sim racing. I love racing in general. I don't care if people are driving imaginary race cars or not. I really do just love racing, and this is one of my pure passions. And I gotta thank the Trackalicious community for giving me this platform to broadcast on, to broadcast LMU races, to broadcast ACC events, to just be here and to watch these wonderful events go around. And I appreciate everybody as well for being a part of this Trackalicious family. Vinny Bag of Chips, right? God, I love racing. F&M Tyler says, I'm the GOAT. Thank you so much, F&M Tyler. Jacob Stofko trying to stuff it up Kenneth Portis' rear end. Can't find the daylight, though. 3/10 is the gap separating me. Trying to find his way through the Casio triangle. Not able to do so this time around. Thiago Dinarte trying to find a way around. He's been working this one like a lumberjack for quite some time, trying to get around the expert driver that is Quinn Smith. Thank you very much, Phantom Mucho Killer. Appreciate it. Team Bonsai will be ready for me this Tuesday. I am looking forward to it. I'm more so looking forward to when you guys head to Laguna Seca, one of my favorite tracks, and I believe the Pro to Pavement series will, as well as that car out in front. Quinn Smith almost lost it coming into I believe that would be not Diago Tinarte. That'll be Degner 1. as I get my D's mixed up. That 233 of Eduardo Galbinski is looking awfully threatening in Thiago Denarte's rearview mirror. That Ford Mustang under threat by quite some time. Update to the lead of the race. Jaid Hutchinson is now 10.1 away from Renato Dornelles in P2. Mark Anthony Landry in P3. Quinn Smith in P4. Thiago Denarte in the rear view mirror right now. Looking like he wants to make a hearty move coming through 130R. Will it be a move around the outside line? He gets it done, but he goes way far off and almost touches some gravel, but rejoins the track. Was that a pass done off track? I'm not quite too sure. The 999's battling back and bumping and banging Thiago Denarte to fall back to 233. Wants to get involved in this. Follows Quinn Smith through, trying to find the daylight between the two cars. Can't do it though. He's got to give Quinn Smith a bump in the rumpus there to give him the bump draft, but no. Thiago Denarte up the inside for T1, and there goes Quinn Smith off the racing line after a small touch from the 2-3 of Thiago Denarte, and Quinn Smith rejoins back in P7 after that little bit of contact made between them. Eduardo Galbinski now knows what Thiago Denarte is made out of. Wants a piece of the pie, and the action goes up the inside through the snake and finds his way through on the number 2-3, but the outside turns into the inside line for the following corner. Will the 2-3-3 manage to hold around the outside line? I don't think he's got enough overlap to make that move work. He has to fall back. Yes, the number 23 holds on to that position around the 23. Catching a breath. Someone redeem a hydrate for me. Holy Toledo, I need a breath of fresh air. Ooh. Man, oh man. We're only 23 minutes into this epic race, and more action to come as we've got 56 minutes remaining in this one, folks. And this is only the season opener. We have 9 races total in this championship. In this Proto Pavement Championship, where are we headed, folks? Quali Week was at Silverstone. Round 1 is at Suzuka. Round 2 is at Imola. 3, Red Bull Ring. Donington Park for round 4. Kyalami for round 5. Valencia for round 6. Watkin Glen for round 7. And Paul Ricard for round 9. 3, 6, 9. There's really only 8 rounds in this championship. I lied, because round 1 was Silverstone was the quali week. So people getting dropped from the championship for not making the pace that they need to necessarily make. Thank you, F&M Tyler, for the hydrate. I am much appreciated, my friend. Jake Wells, Ali Raza, Jeff Spangler, Andre Lloyd, the drivers that have taken their pit stops so far. Vedek Ostitsiev in P28 has not taken their mandatory. Let's look at the F&M team right now. I know we're watching Kenneth Portis II, but I want to take a look at this battle. As Harold McDonald chases down Anthony Kelly, teammates in the F&M liveries. Next up the road is Alex Hansen, the 390 BMW in 18th position. Coming through 130R, looks like Alex Hansen may have made a small error and concertina effects right now for the number 7. And the 182 slowing down a little bit. Tyler from FNM says no team orders here. Live fearlessly on the rear wing. The FNM brothers might battle it out going in towards T1. Will it be an inside line for the Harold McDonald car? He backs off just a smidgen, lets the number 7 live for another day, and backs off completely. And Andre Alex Alfonso gets involved in this battle, has to back up himself. And there's Eric the Boss Gakosian in the number 21 spot, and he's in the number 5 car. Casey Schutte going a little bit slow for just a moment, just wanted to check out, see what was going on there. Eduardo Galbinski in the number 233 chasing down Thiago Denarte. This is a battle that's raged on for quite some time. We've got some kerfuffles going on. Andre Alex Alfonso and Alex Hansen seemingly get into a mistake here. Let's check that out. Let's see what's happened. Here's the 666 of Andre Alex Alfonso. Nothing happening just yet for Alfonso's car. Oh, Alex Hansen was involved in an incident. What car number is Alex Hansen? Let's see if we can see what happened to him. Alex Hansen, the 390. Alex Hansen all by his lonesome coming through the snake right now, seemingly doing okay all on his lonesome. Goes off track, touches the grass, bounces and bangs his way through Dunlop. Oh, and he collects one of the FNM cars. No siree, Bob. And that's how it all tumbled away for Alex Hansen in that number 390, it looks like. The FNM team, Anthony Kelly, Harold McDonald still doing okay, 17th and 18th spot, but it looks like Harold McDonald is in and into the pit lane right now. And there's Professor Kronotis looking like he was going to go make a move on Lustin Eiston in the Lamborghini out in front, but no, the number 42 thinks better of it going in towards turn 1, perhaps trying to challenge coming into the snake now. Eric Gakosian escapes with his life in 18th position right now. And it looks like all things are tidy, but the Honda NSX goes a little bit too deep and wide. Now the 177 of Rogério Santos gets involved and wants a little piece of Professor Kronotis' car. Just a piece, though, not the whole smidgen, he says. Oh, and there goes Professor Kronotis off the track at Degner. And that closes down the gap from Rogério Santos behind by just a smidgen. Checking out the battle between Chandler Williams and the Please Break T1 team. Chasing down Eduardo Galbinski and Thiago Denarte. Number 17 trails the 233 and the number 23 out in front. We saw Thiago Denarte get involved in a battle with Quinn Smith headed towards T1. And that was an epic clip to be made. Chandler Williams following the 233 to the inside line, now holding him accountable to that inside line. But the 233 swiftly closes that door, drifts a little bit wide, and the number 23 or the number 17 of Chandler Williams at breaking T1 maybe broke a little bit too much there. Eduardo Galbinski able to hold on to that position in the number 233 in front of Chandler Williams. Jacob Stofko still battling it out with Kenneth Portis II with 50 minutes left to go in this race. 49 minutes left to go in this race, I should say. 3/10 is the gap separating the two of these drivers. Professor Knotus in the number 42 having an incident. Let's see if we can get an incident review of what happened to the number 42 now. This looks like it's coming in towards T1. And just a big drift onto the marbles and almost collects the 177. Parked the wrong way, and Alex Hansen gives him a helping hand and spins him out the right way. What a gentlemanly-like thing to do from Alex Hansen to help out a fellow TRACKILICIOUS member. And Professor Knotus loses the position to Andre Alex Alfonso. Check out Chandler Williams and Eduardo Galbinski again. Anthony Kelly from FNM seemingly having an incident on the approach to Spoon, it looks like. Is that the number 7 car? It is. Let's get an incident review of what happened to the number 7 now. On the entry to Spoon, did he get touched from behind? He was pushed. He did not jump on his own. And that's one we'll leave up to the stewards. Things have settled down now for the drivers. Jaid Hutchinson pulls out the fastest lap of the race of 59.2. Renato Dornelles closing the gap just a little bit. 8.4 is the gap right now. Mark Anthony Landry 12 seconds away from P2. Thiago Denarte 2.4 away from P3 in 4th. Eduardo Galbinski 1 second away from Thiago. Chandler Williams in 6th place. Quinn Smith in 7th. Gil Silverland. This is the battle right now. It looks like Jonathan Clifford in 9th place. Kenneth Porce II getting chased by Jacob Stofko and Nick Moseley. Casey Schutte in 13th, Matt Artem in 14th, Timothy Jabou-Ball from FNM battling it out with the 414 of Matt Artem. This is Gil Silverland that we're looking at in the number 400 right now. Hunter Davis in 16th, Lustin Eiston in the 121 in 17th, Erica Cossian 1.3 away from that battle in 18th position, Rogerio Santos in 19th, Alex Freeman in 20th, Anthony Kelly in 21st, Andre Lloyd in 22, Jeff Spangler in 23, Andre Alex Alfonso in 24, Vedya Kostitsyev, number 63 in 25th spot. A little bumping and banging between the 666 and the number 63, I guess. Ali Raza, number 26 spot for him. Lud Flores in 27th. Harold McDonald from FNM in 28th. Professor Knotus in the pits in 29th. Alex Hansen in the pits in 30th. Jake Wells in 31st spot. Just seen Wells' PC crash. Done good to avoid everybody. 100%. I expected that's what happened to him when he went straight off into the wall. He did a good job to avoid everybody. Really hats off driving to Jake Wells to avoid that major accident that could have happened. Like what was said in the driver's briefing, this is as pro of a series as we could possibly make it, so act professionally. And here's Timothy Jabou-Ball and Hunter Davis. Excuse me, no, Jabou-Ball and Matt Artem. No, this is Professor Knotus, as he is a lap down right now because he has taken a pit stop. That's what we're looking at right now, excuse me. And Jabou-Ball 4/10 away from Matt Artem right now. Well, I'm surprised he hasn't got a drive-through penalty yet with all of his luck that he has. That's a bad joke, I'm sorry. But you're right, he doesn't get much luck some days. Erica Cossian 1 second away from Rogerio Santos now. on board the rear wing of Thiago Denarte as he chases down Eduardo Galbinski. 1 second is the gap as Eduardo slips away. Identical lap times for the two drivers, 2 minutes 7:47. Don't jinx him, there's plenty of time left for that to happen. That's for sure. On the rear wing now with Matt Artem and Timothy Jadubal, as Matt Artem gains some positions as Nick Moselli goes into the pits. Driver is finally deciding to split this one down the middle, it seems. Right around that 40 minute mark, excuse me. Some drivers choosing to stay out just that hair a bit longer. Jadubal trying to find a way past Matt Artem in the Audi sport car. The Audi R8 LMS, 585 horsepower, excellent balance, strong traction, agility, and aerodynamics, versus the McLaren 720S 4-liter V8 twin turbo, 720 horsepower with its agility, aerodynamics for mid high-speed corners, excellent tire management, and good high top speed. Goes without saying that Gede Hutchinson is still walking away with this one. 9 seconds is the gap right now between Renato Dornelles in P2. Eduardo Galbinski comes into the pits, allows Chandler Williams to go through, and Quinn Smith as well. He'll lose a few positions, but he's splitting this one down the middle during the pit cycle. Biggest gainers right now, Casey Schutte with 11 points, 11 positions gained. Same for Matt Artem, who have not taken their pit stops. Lustin Eiston gaining 12, as well as Rogerio Santos. Eric Gakosian and Alex Freeman gaining 13. Andre Lloyd up 12. Vedya Kostitsev up 12 positions from 34th spot. MW Racing's 46. Thank you very much for the follow. Valentino Rossi fan there, I can only presume, with the number 46 attached to your name. We're all Valentino Rossi fans. If you're not a Valentino Rossi fan, please stand up, and the door is right over there. One of the greatest MotoGP riders of all time. Anthony Kelly from FNM getting chased down by, who is that in the rear view mirror? I can't tell. That's not a car for position overall. Is that Lloyd? That's 17th place. That is Andre Lloyd. That is a pass for position trying to get made. 4/10 is the gap separating the two of them. It looks like Jeff Spangler lurking in the wings right now. Anthony Kelly on a different strategy, has not taken their pit stop. Andre Lloyd and Jeff Spangler both have. Renato Dornelles into the pit lane, trying to perform an undercut to gain any time that he possibly can on Gede Hutchinson. A lot of drivers in the pits. Thiago Denarte, Chandler Williams, Hunter Davis not. Kenneth Portis II is. Chandler Williams, Ronaldo Dornelles, Casey Schutte. Where is Chronotis at? Chronotis in last place right now. P31, the number 42. 2.8 away from Alex Hansen right now. Professor Chronotis had spun out at turn 1 earlier on in the race, and he spun out again. See if we can get an update on what happened to Chrono. As he comes through 130R, everything looks okay for the most part. What happens going into the Casio Triangle? Does he cook it on the brakes? He assaults the curb like a madman trying to rob a bank, and he undulates the car, and that Honda starts going lawn mowing, just like the name would indicate. And Professor Chronotis goes out to the pit lane. Well, the Honda is no bueno, says Chain MP, but it was fast enough for him to get into this session for the Silverstone qualifying event. For round 1 of the championship, he did well enough in the Honda NSX. He was actually warned about the Honda, but decided to go with it anyways. Gil Silverland now into the pit lane himself. Matt Artem into the pit lane as well. Eduardo Galbinski up the inside of Kenneth Portis II. Both of them are on the same strategy. Both of them have come into the pit lane now. Side by side on the entry to 130R. This will be awfully dangerous if there's no overlap. It looks like Kenneth Portis II succeeds that position to the number 233 of Eduardo Galbinski. Ali Raza chasing down Thiago Dinarte out in front right now. The number 23, number 30, Andre Alex Alfonso, the cork of the bottle, who's not on the same strategy right now, bottling these cars up. It looks like Thiago Dinarte is going to have another victim in turn 1 now. As he looks up the inside line, Thiago Dinarte trying to make the move, and Andre Alex Alfonso gets bumped off the track, and I called it there. Another victim going in towards T1 as Ali Raza and Ali Raza is able to get through, and Thiago Dinarte falls back. Let's get an incident review and see what happened here. Helicam being the best camera. Thiago Dinarte looking to the inside line of Andre Alex Alfonso, and Alfonso actually turns in, and it looks like Thiago Dinarte may have gone a little bit wide, and the 30 touches Thiago Dinarte, and now the 233 was able to go through, and Chandler Williams as well. And the Please Brake T1 cars are nose to tail right now. One with a white hood, blue fairings, the other one with a blue hood, white fairings. It looks like the 30 able to get past the 233. That'll be Eduardo Galbinski and Ali Raza battling it out. But now the 17 also finds his way through Chandler Williams as the 233 tries to go around the outside at Spoon, but that's awfully dangerous as you could get track limits violations there. Almost touching in the 17 and the 233 bump and grind like an R. Kelly song. 2 by 2 is the formation right now. The 233 falls back just a little bit. Oh no noodle, says Jake Wells. Jake Wells is down in the 29th position. We've got a battle on our hands that we're going to keep an eye on for now. It looks like going into the Casio Triangle, it's a little bit messy. All drivers going a little bit slowly, 2 by 2 through the Casio Triangle. I thought we'd only see that on the first lap, but the drivers find their way through it very cleanly. Now single file line for all the drivers right now. It is a long train of drivers from Chandler Williams, Thiago Dinarte, Eduardo Galbinski, Ali Raza, Kenneth Portis II, Gil Silverland, Andre Alex Alfonso, and Lud Flores, all chasing down each other. Lud Flores, the next one from Argentina, trying to get around Andre Alex Alfonso. And he is able to do so at stake, as Alfonso has not taken tires yet or their mandatory pit stop. They still have got to do that. Eduardo Galbinski chasing down Thiago Denarte, the 233 chasing down the number 23 out in front, trying to get some resemblance of those positions back. Jeff Spangler chasing down Anthony Kelly. Anthony Kelly has not taken a pit stop yet. Last lap being a 202.492, losing it a little bit at Spoon. The number 9 chasing down the number 7, the battle of the primes. And no, I'm not talking about Optimus. Madhouse Racing and the F&M car. But we go over to Chandler Williams and Thiago Denarte. Let's go look at this Jeff Spangler, Anthony Kelly battle. And close down the gap as Spangler backs off significantly. Thiago Denarte and Chandler Williams. Number 23 and the number 17. You hear Thiago Denarte getting off the throttle, unsure of where Chandler Williams is going to slow down. Looks to the inside line, covers off the number 233, but goes off with the Casio triangle and avoids any calamity, rejoining the track behind the number 23, the 233. Eduardo Galbinski chasing down Chandler Williams, able to get the move done and dusted. He is able to get the move done and dusted as the number 17 of Chandler Williams makes a mistake coming out of the Casio triangle. Oh, snaps right back to another mistake. Eduardo Galbinski allows the number 17 to go through. That's Chandler Williams snaking his way past right at the entrance of the snake. And getting the move done and dusted. It is awfully challenging here to keep it on the racing surface. Jade Hutchinson not taking a pit stop yet. In first place in the number 26. 25.9 is the lead to Mark Anthony Landry. Possibly staying out as long as possible for the stint and perhaps not even taking tires, as he's still doing 2-minute 7s. This is Rogerio Santos and the 177 as they collide with each other. Eric Gakassian somehow gets involved in that. Not sure what happened to the number 5. Let's take a quick snapshot and see what happened to the number 5. That's Eric Gakassian right behind the 177. And perhaps Rogerio Santos was slowing down, and the number 5, ooh, they run into the side of each other, and then the 177 drifts out wide, and then that'll be Eric Gakassian trying to recover somehow, some way. Go check out Chandler Williams as he battles it out with Vedek Ostitsiev, who has not stopped for their mandatory yet, and it looks like Ostitsiev goes off at the Casio triangle, just misses the breaking point and rejoins the track right behind the 233. 4/10 is the gap behind Eduardo Galbinski. And there's the 999 of Quinn Smith getting around back markers now. Jade Hutchinson finally comes into the pit lane after a 2-minute .757 lap time. Let's see what his strategy ends up being. All drivers seemingly taking tires except for Ali Raza, Kenneth Porras II. And that's about it. Thiago Denarte, the next one to challenge Vedek Ostitsiev for position. We've seen the number 23 shake and bake before. He'll shake and bake again, the number 63. Jade Hutchinson comes out of pit lane into third place right now, the number 26. 1.5 away from Quinn Smith. 5.4 is the stop. Obviously not taking tires, just going for a splash of ash. And there goes Thiago Denarte through on Vedek Ostitsiev through the big spoon. And on our way to 130R, can Vedek Ostitsiev challenge back or not? I think he's way too far back right now to try to make a late lunge into 130R. It would be dangerous. Diego Dinarte holds on for one more day. There goes Vedya Kostitsev driving a good racing line right now. Oh, give a driver of your choice energy. That was for Jake Wells. That's in 28th position. It seems like that energy is working out for him. The 527. Making up positions as he goes along. He's made up positions over Alex Hansen, Andre Alex Alfonso, and Professor Chronotis, who are in pit lane. Gil Silverland challenging Kenneth Portis II now. The 400 and the 84. Full onboard lap of Flores. Let's see if I can provide that in just one moment. As Flores would have a good view of this battle. Coming around 200R now, on board with Lud Flores. Chasing down Gil Silverland and Kenneth Portis II. The battle right in front, now through Spoon. Not abusing track limits as much as they possibly could, though. Oh, and a big oversteer moment for the Huracan GT3 Evo car. Lamborghini Huracan 5.2 liter V10, 585 horsepower, and very strong in the high-speed corners that you'd see at a track like Suzuka. And there goes some side-by-side action out in front. Beautiful shot of the Honda NSX and the Mustang going at it. Lud Flores taking to the bit of escape road there, maybe perhaps distracted by all the action that was going on in front, just like I was. Now coming in towards turn one, the first corner here at Suzuka, braking right at the runoff and drifting a little bit wide there. Jax James asks, did the leader stay out for too long? I don't think so. That was just the right amount of time. As he didn't take tires, he was going for a splash and dash strategy, and coming through the snake, awfully tricky to navigate your way through because you're on and off the throttle so often, trying to find your way to tiptoe through the snake and through the anti-bank curve and onto Dunlop now. With two cars battling in front of you, it's hard to even find your reference points here. And then now coming into Degner 1, you assault the curb as hard as possible and then try to avoid the car in front of you as we go to Degner 2. And now Lud Flores is under threat from the car, the FNM car on his side. No, that's Jacob Stofko. Stofko stuffs it up the inside, bumps and bangs his way through. That'll be Gil Silverland who gets bumped and banged out of the way at the hairpin corner and through 200R. Now you have clean real estate, able to see everything in front of you and able to chase down Kenneth Portis II out in P13. Now through Spoon, again trying to use as much track width as possible without getting track limits violations for going over the curbs. Very tentative to get on throttle, but you get those oversteer moments because of the anti-banking there. And then through 200R, you pretty much lick the stamp and you send it as fast as possible, going over the curbs as much as possible, rejoining before you touch the grass and braking right at the end of the curbing there at the Casio Triangle, assaulting the curbs as much as possible, more than a burglar in a diamond shop. And that is a full lap around Suzuka. And someone asked in chat, did the leader stay out too far? I don't think so. Stay out too long. Where is Jade Hutchinson in P2 right now? Only behind Mark Anthony Landry. who has not taken a pit stop. Jade Hutchinson will inherit the lead of this race. Has Landry pitted yet? Landry has not pit yet, no. So that is a battle that will never come to fruition, we think. Quinn Smith in P3 also not pit. Jonathan Clifford not pit. Timothy Jadubal not pit. The only combatant that Jade Hutchinson has is Renato Dornelis, who's doing 159 excuse me, 159.6s, but the leader right now also throwing down 159.7s. And it looks like the 26 has a little bit of lap traffic to contend with right now, as it looks like the number 5 of Eric the Boss Kakasian dips out of the way of that that Nissan GTR as they come through Snake. So it looks like Jade Hutchinson has played this one right. Taking no tires might have been the optimum strategy. At least from what I could tell. No apologies necessary, Jax James. That's why I'm here. I'm happy to answer any questions or give any information that I possibly can, but please let me know when I'm wrong. Always much appreciated to get more information about the drivers or be told when I'm calling things incorrectly, so I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate everybody being here in the comments section. We're doing a good job of keeping this one entertaining. 22 minutes remaining on the clock, folks. Here at Suzuka. 3.6 miles around this track, founded in 1962. 18 corners, 8 to the left, 10 to the right, excuse me, not 100 to the right. 131 feet of elevation change, or 40 meters. And this is the battle between Lustin Eiston and Harold McDonald from FNM, the battle for 20th and 21st. Gil Silverland having a bit of a tumble down the order. What happened to the number 400? Let's find out. Number 400's doing okay, coming through Degner 1. Degner 2 is where the mistake must have happened, goes off into the kitty litter, and that'll be a yellow flag and a brief kiss to the wall. Gil Silverland making sweet, intimate love to that wall and that barrier, and rejoins the track in 17th position. He loses out 2 places, it looks like, overall. Timothy Jadubal from FNM in 6th place, chasing down Renato Dornelis, but has not taken a pit stop yet. Dornelis still rampaging away, should catch up to Jonathan Clifford in no time. 20 seconds is the gap right now, but he's lapping at around 2 seconds a lot faster. Jade Hutchinson still able to perform at 159.8 right now, with his 5.4 second pit stop. Obviously did not take tires. Renato Dornelis sure did, with a 34.3 second pit stop. And the gaps have pretty much come to an end now. I'm seeing greater than 1 second gaps almost everywhere on circuit, except for Eric Kakasian chasing down Anthony Kelly from FNM. Eric Kakasian looks to the inside line at turn 1, but tries to sell a dummy to Anthony Kelly from FNM, and Kelly ain't buying any part of that. Number 7 keeps on driving the racing line, has no need to cover it off. Saw that Kakasian was way too far back to make that move a successful one. But Kakasian, trying to fill the rear view mirrors and the side mirrors of that McLaren out in front, did a good job of trying to sell the shake and bake. Eric Kakasian still worming and weaving his way through in that number 5, trying to get past Anthony Kelly. Trying to stick a wheel well up the inside at the hairpin corner is not going to work out well for him, but he's getting some time and some traction towards Spoon. Will he go for the inside line here at the entry to Spoon? Not close enough this time around. The DRL badge car unable to make the move a successful one. Going up the inside line for 130R, though, is a bit dangerous. The F&M car and Eric Kakasian almost touched there. Andre Lloyd trying to follow suit now on one of these vehicles. A little bit of touching through the Casio triangle leaves these cars separated by about half a second from each other, but no love lost between the racers. Harold McDonald from F&M loses a position to Lustin Eiston in the 1-2-1 in 20th position, though. And Eiston able to go through. Anthony Kelly, Eric Kakasian, and Andre Lloyd, the 22, 23, 24 spot. The 5, the 7, the 9, 3, 7 of Andre Lloyd lurking in the background. Let's go on board with the 937 to check out how this battle is faring through the snake. It looks all right coming through Dunlop right now. Doing a good job keeping it calm, cool, and collected for now, folks. Coming through Degner, assaulting the curbs once, twice now. And Anthony Kelly going out to the outside line. It looks like Andre Lloyd's trying to sell the dummy to Eric the Boss Kakasian, but the boss can't be fooled this time around. Coming into the hairpin, side-by-side action, potentially between Eric Kakasian and Anthony Kelly from F&M, but no, can't keep the traction down on Eric Kakasian's car. Andre Lloyd chasing down in the ORC PHR Collective Racing, and nose to tail right now between these three drivers, separated by just half a second between three vehicles. This is awfully exciting. These drivers are battling like it's for the championship standings right now. There goes Eric Kakasian around the outside of 130R, plants his car, goes the long way around the outside, but drifts out wide with a tank slapper, able to regain his track position, but flashy of the headlights from Andre Lloyd as they're side by side through the Casio triangle. The number 5 trying to defend as much as possible right now. Let's go to Helicam to see the best view of this action. Andre Alex Alfonso nowhere to be found in this battle. There goes Eric Kakasian through on Anthony Kelly, but will the Lamborghini follow suit? It looks like it's challenging Anthony Kelly, but then backs out of it, braking a little bit early there, goes through, almost runs to the back of Eric Kakasian and does touch him in the rumpus, and that'll send him round, but it looks like Lloyd has some remorse for that moment and gives the position back to Eric Kakasian, but that won't give him back the position on Anthony Kelly from F&M. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for the love and participation here, everybody in chat. Thank you very much for joining us and supporting the ACC Pro to Pavement series. This is just round 1 at Suzuka. We've got 7 more rounds after this yet to follow. So more racing action yet to come for us. Next closest battle is the battle for 7th and 8th as almost Andre Lloyd runs into the back of Eric Kakasian yet again. Able to avoid that pretty closely. And here's the gap down between Chandler Williams and Eduardo Galbinski. Blood Flores chasing down Kenneth Portis II. The battle between the Lamborghini Fuji Competition Esports team and the number 84 Honda NSX. Number 19 gets the car rotated pretty well. Oh, Anthony Kelly and Rogério Santos awfully close. Under 1/10 of a gap. It looked like Anthony Kelly from the Fear Nothing Moto team was about to make a move at the entrance of turn 1, but backed out of it. Remember that 1/7 of Rogério Santos had gotten touched going into turn 1 by, I believe, Eric Akasian earlier on in this race, and is on their bit of a recovery drive. There is a pass done from Matt Artem and Casey Schutte. Casey Schutte tumbles down the order to 19th place as Matt Artem increases his stance into 18th place. Very hard to pass circuit here at Suzuka. Andre Lloyd chasing down Eric the Boss Kakasian, and Anthony Kelly in front. In the lead right now of this battle is Rogério Santos. Still nose to tail right now, nothing to be made with 11 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this one. Make a wish, folks. Eduardo Galbinski now 4/10 away from Chandler Williams. Looks like there's a move brewing here. Timothy Jodopal into the pits, the last of the pitters, as well as Hunter Davis, Quinn Smith, and Mark Anthony Landry. Jeff Spangler's 4/10, 3/10 away from Jonathan Clifford out in front right now, but the last lap that they ran, it looked like Jonathan Clifford was pulling away by 2/10 of a second. Timothy Jodopal having a yellow flag, but that's just because he's coming out of pit lane, running a little slowly there. Eduardo Galbinski chasing down Chandler Williams. Beautiful livery from Eduardo Galbinski from the Multi-Tap Racing. Pinheiro on the hood. Ideal on the side. Eduardo's name written underneath the driver door. Error and yellow flag for the number 400. We've seen that before. Mark Anthony Landry now into pits, gives Jaid Hutchinson the lead of the race one more time. Quinn Smith 9 seconds away from Jaid Hutchinson, but not taking his pit stop yet. And Renato Dornelis still doing 2-minute flats right now, will not be able to catch up to Jaid Hutchinson. Looks like Mark Anthony Landry has taken a pit stop, no tires for them, comes out into 4th place overall. Lud Flores' pack battle. Kenneth Portis II in 13th place. Lud Flores in 14th. Jacob Stofko in the MA70 Esports car, the number 34 behind. All coming into the Casio triangle now, nose to tail, the number 19 in the sandwich between the 84 and the 34, bumping and banging over the curbs. And it looks like the number 34, Jacob Stofko, might get the move done and dusted before the racing line. You can see the MA70 Esports car making his way through the outside line. A little bit of door banging between the drivers. And it looks like the Lamborghini is going to push a little bit harder there on the inside line. And the 34 tries to get the switchback engaged. Can he make it secured? I don't think so. More door banging between the drivers. No love lost, though, as the 19 holds on to the position in front of the 34. Here's Chandler Williams in the sandwich between Jeff Spangler and Eduardo Galbinski. The 233 abusing track limits at Spoon, though. That'll definitely be a speed token violation. Trying to close down the gap on the number 17 out in front. Won't do him any good as he chases down the car in front. Ooh, Stephen Lindauer has a little bit of copyright infringement going on. That's some action. Ronaldo Dornelis getting through lap traffic, it seems. Dornelis in the number 3. 21.4 seconds away from Quentin Smith, about 31 seconds away from Jade Hutchinson. Oh, Jeff Spangler having a little bit of a moment with the number 17, Chandler Williams. Let's get a recap of what happened there. Number 17 of Chandler Williams chases down Jeff Spangler out in front. This is on the approach to turn 1. And this was an epic battle that is continuing right now. The 7 looks to the inside line and then just a little bit of touching there gone wrong, it looks like. And those Mustangs are fighting tonight going in towards turn 1. We've seen a lot of Mustang battles into that first turn. They must have that horsepower down. I mean, just not enough turning power to get the car fully rotated. Number 17 getting chased down by Jeff Spangler in the rear. Eduardo Galbinski's rear wing right now. Blood Flores, Jacob Stofko's battle still continues. Quinn Smith now into the pits. Renato Dornelis in P2. Jade Hutchinson in P1. 31.5 separates P1 and P2 right now. Quinn Smith pulling out on track right now. Will hold on to P4 securely. Check out Chandler Williams' battle with the 233. 233 is holding on to the inside line. Chandler Williams, excuse me, trying to go to the outside line this time around. The 233 and the 17 nose to tail right now. And coming through very neatly for the drivers. Can't slip a piece of paper between their bumpers when they're coming through turn 1. Jax James asked, I'm assuming a pit stop is mandatory. Yes, mandatory 1 pit stop for all the drivers. No mandatory refueling time, no mandatory tires. It is up to the drivers to decide how they want to spend their time coming down pit lane in this epic 80-minute race with just 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. There's a car off in front of Chandler Williams and Eduardo Galbinski. Diego Dinarte 4 tenths away from Jeff Spangler. And 17 chases down the 233 yet again, but also the battle between the number 9 and the 23 behind continues. As the two teammates at the Please Break at turn 1 battle each other. Eduardo Galbinski, and that's not Jonathan Clifford out in front, is it? That is Jonathan Clifford out in front, so we're about to see an epic 4-way battle as Jonathan Clifford is lapping a bit slower than the rest of this pack right now. He has not taken tires, a 10.3 second pit stop for him, so a brief splash and dash and he called it a day. And now the gap has come down pretty substantially, and it looks like Chandler Williams has gone a little too deep there at the Casio Triangle and lost some grip down to the 233 behind. Thiago Dinarte, the number 23, closes the gap 1.5 second. PC blue screen says, no! Blue screen of death for the prime time Madhouse car. No, brother. That is not the way you want to go out. I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry. Jacob Stofko, though, battling it out with the Lamborghini coming in towards turn 1 up the inside line. Mounts the curb, the number 34. Can he get the move done and dusted? It looks like he has got the move done and dusted. No touching there. Just a bit of a look. The number 19 loses out to the number 34. A little bit of a door bang between them potentially. Let's go back to this battle. Let's get auto camera off so they don't interrupt our broadcast yet again. You heard it there. Leaders on the final lap of the race with 1:20 left in this race. All these guys are going to have one more opportunity to get their moves done and dusted. And let's see who the one can be on top. Jade Hutchinson in P1, Renato Dornelis in P2, Mark Anthony Landry in P3, Quinn Smith in P4. This is the battle between Jonathan Clifford in 5, Eduardo Galbinski, Chandler Williams in 7th, Thiago Dinarte in 8th. Quinn Smith right now going a little bit slowly, perhaps getting around lap traffic. No, he's coming into the Casio Triangle right now in front of these drivers by 12.1 seconds. Eduardo Galbinski 3/10 back right now, looks to the left, looks to the right, looks back to the left for the entrance to the Casio Triangle, gets on the brakes a little bit more aggressively than he should have. The number 99 able to escape with his life right now. 4/10 was the gap, and it looks like it's opening up to a little bit more than that, coming down the front straight right now in towards turn 1. They're going to brake really hard, but it looks like the cars are too far separated from each other. Chandler Williams looks like he wants to make a move, mounting the curb. No, it looks like the number 17 is happy where he lies, the 233 in the middle of this sandwich. A little bit of an Aston Martin sandwich right now between a Ferrari and a Ford Mustang, as the two Ford Mustang teammates are nose to tail. It looks like Thiago Dinarte and Chandler Williams running side by side at the Please Break P1 team. And it looks like the number 17 has given up on his opportunities now, but Eduardo Galbinski sure has not given up. The number 17 waiting for a slight mistake from the 233 and the number 99. The 26 is about to get through the Casio Triangle right now, and we'll finish up this race in just a few moments. Let's go on board with them and see how they're doing. Jade Hutchinson for the KCMG team crosses the line in P1 with a 31.5 second gap to the cars behind. The leader has finished the race. You heard it here first, folks. Congratulations to Jade Hutchinson. Let's go back to the Chandler Williams Eduardo Galbinski battle. Renato Dornelis will cross the line next as he gets to the Casio Triangle, but we'll stay on with this battle for as long as possible because it's heating up going in towards Spoon. Drivers all nose to tail right now. Renato Dornelis crosses the line in P2. Mark Anthony Landry getting caught up right now with some back markers in front of him in the Audi, but he will cross the line in P3 for the Tesla Orange team. He did a great job driving this one forward. Mark Anthony Landry not taking a tire change there. 8.6 seconds stop. Did a great job of driving this one forward. Eduardo Galbinski having a little bit of a bump and grind there with another car, but this is going to be the battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Getting to the line, Thiago Dinarte bumps into the back Chandler Williams bumps into the back of Eduardo Galbinski as he gets to the line, and Chandler Williams and Thiago Dinarte will battle it out. Thiago Dinarte gets the position done over Chandler Williams at the line. 7th and 8th place got inverted just at the last second. It looks like just 1/10 separated the two drivers there. Ali Raza will get to the line in 9th place. Timothy Jedubal in 10th place. Jacob Stofko in 11th place. Stofko gets passed by Kenneth Porras II at the Casio Triangle just at the last opportune moment. And it looks like Kenneth Porras will secure 11th place, and Jacob Stofko will come home in 12th place. A very impressive drive. A lot of positions gained. No positions gained for Stofko. And a little bit of a miscommunication there, it looks like, between some drivers. Lud Flores in 13th place, Hunter Davis in 14th, Nick Mosley in 15th, Gil Silverland in 16th place, Matt Artem in 17th, Casey Schutte in 18th, Lustin Eiston in 19th, Harold McDonald in 20th, Jake Wells in 21st, Eric Costian in 22nd, 23rd for Andre Lloyd, Rogerio Santos in 24th, Alex Freeman in 25th, Anthony Kelly, Vedek Ostitsiev, Alex Hansen, Professor Canos, and Andre Alex Alfonso to round it out, folks. Whew. And let's go back over to the studio and let's see if we can grab some drivers for some post-race interviews. Drivers, if you're interested in getting an interview, please come on down to the green room and I can drag you up for your interview. I'd love to talk to the race winner of Hutchinson. And of course, my broadcasting software has gone kaput. Thank you, the One Black Death. Great racing, great coverage. Thank you so much. Appreciate that a lot, my friend. Give the drivers a few moments to decide if they want to come down into the green room for an interview or not. Love to talk to them. But what an amazing race held by everybody. Very clean for the most part. A little bit of aggressiveness shown at times, but a lot of the drivers keeping it very, very, very clean. Doing the best they can to keep this one going forward. And this is just round one of the Pro to Pavement series. While we have some time, let's go ahead and look at the calendar again. GT4 Rookies Championship starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to visit Barcelona first. 20-minute double race. Thank you very much for the follow, Austin IG. Thank you very much. Following that will be the GT4 Open, and that'll be right after the GT4 Rookies Championship with a 50-minute race in the GT4 category, and that'll be at Barcelona as well tomorrow. GT3 West Coast Championship begins this week at Suzuka on January 15th for their inaugural race. 50 minutes will be on the clock, then Valencia, Imola, Spa-Francorchamps, Zolder, Coda, Centerton, and Brands Hatch. The iRacing GT3 Championship rages on, and it kicked off on January 9th at Daytona. January 16th will be an off week. Then we're headed to Virginia International Raceway. That'll be VIR. That'll be a 60-minute race on January 23rd. The Pro to Pavement Championship, that's the one we just watched, Sundays at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We had our qualification session at Silverstone not too long ago. Then Suzuka, Imola, Red Bull Ring, Donington Park, an off week on February 9th, Kyalami, Valencia, Watkins Glen, and Paul Ricard to round us out. We got Ronaldo Dornelis in the green room. Let's go ahead and drag him in and start talking to him. Mr. Dornelis, Renato, how are you doing, my friend?
Hi. Fine.
Hey, what an amazing race out of you. Amazing race. What happened coming into the Casio Triangle is what I need to know. You just pulled over to the side. It's as if a cat jumped into your lap and you needed to get them out of your way. What happened?
I don't know. I'm having some trouble with my wheel. It seems like kind of disconnected and like a glitch, and then just the engine just cut off. So I had to stop the car and turn it on again.
Oh man, that was tragic because you were only tenths away from the leader.
Yeah, I know I had a different strategy after 2 laps because Hutchinson wasn't getting away, so it was like 5 tenths faster on quali. So I knew he was on a different strategy. I might be able to pass him and do my pace, but I knew it's going to be difficult because the Nissan has a great straight line. But I lost like 8 seconds that lap. So luckily, it didn't interfere in the results.
Thank goodness it did not interfere with the results. You were able to still clinch P2 right now in the championships, and my hat's off to you because that was a tough recovery drive. Now, you said you knew what Hutchinson's strategy was going to be after a couple of laps. Did you expect him to just go for a splash and dash?
I knew some people who do that, and Wilson said to me that the Nissan has like 136 liters in the tank, I think. So
wow.
It would be closer to do. The McLaren needed like 20 liters. So it wasn't on my thoughts to do that.
Oh, so it was not in your thoughts to be able to try to pull off a splash and dash towards the end of the race. You knew that you wanted to take tires.
Yeah. I started with half tank.
So you could not have gone with that strategy. That is super unfortunate. I was curious to know what your strategy was going to be. Now that you know what Hutchinson is capable of doing, do you think that your strategy is going to change going into round 2?
I don't know. I have to see the fuel consumption and the track. I don't know.
Yeah, Imola is going to be the next track that we approach, and 80 minutes at Imola. Do you think there's going to be a lot of opportunities to get passing done at Imola, or not so much?
Oh, I think we have, especially because with that strategy, just splash and dash, you have a really wear tire, so it's easier to overtake.
True, very true, especially at a track like Imola where your left side tires are going to get abused through a corner like Acqua Minerale and a couple of the other fast left-handers that approach you. It'll be awfully difficult to maintain the speed and momentum at a fast circuit like Imola. So I'm very curious to see what the drivers have in store for us in just 1 week's time on January 19th. Are you prepared? Have you done any exercising of that trace?
No, I haven't.
Well, we better get started sooner rather than later, that's for sure. Well, congratulations on second place in the championship standings. Congratulations on second place at round 1 at Suzuka. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank or anybody that you want to mention before I let you go?
Oh, I have to thank Wilson because he's always there with me driving it. Unfortunately, he disconnected this race, so
yeah,
we hope a better result for the next one.
And I'm sure they will come to you guys in your due time. Thank you very much for joining me, Renato Dornelles. Am I pronouncing your name right? That's my final question.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect. As long as I'm getting close. Thank you so much, Renato Dornelles, for joining me in the broadcast booth. I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful evening or good night wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, see you, man.
See you, brother. That was Renato Dornelles, the T2 championship standings right now as we just finish up our first race of this championship. And next week, as you saw on the calendar, we're headed to Imola, Italy, the Autodromo de Enzo e Dino Ferrari. As Mike Nause would put it, I have to emulate him as much as possible. That's why I got the Mike Nause tie on right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you very much for all the follows. Thank you very much for all the love and support. Don't forget, we have a follower goal. We're trying to get to 200 2,500 followers by the end of this season. That would be a wonderful goal to hit. We're also trying to reach out and reach our goal of donations as well. We're trying to do our Keep the Lights On donation. So if you're interested in donating, please check out the links below the stream and keep us all running the lights on. This is Mike Nause and I's full-time careers right now, so we appreciate all the love and support you guys are willing to give, as well as all the Patreon subscribers. And thank you very much to all the subscribers. Let's get them on the board here in just a second. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Love the support and the appreciation. Can't do it without you guys. And thank you very much to all the drivers for putting on a wonderful show for us. As always, I'm going to remind everybody to please stay safe out there and have a wonderful night. Goodbye.